I worked security at Disneyland. I've been with the company for 23 years. And 3 days ago I got a call from management. Apparently, a couple of days before that, our housekeeping had gone into a room that should have been turned over that day. Turned over is when a guest leaves at about 11 a.m. and the next guest checks in at 3 p.m. and all of the guests' items were still in that room, even though they should have left. Housekeeping made a note of it and moved on, but during the next 2 days, when they entered the room again, everything was still there and untouched. I went in to check it out, and sure enough, there was an empty room full of luggage, clothes, snacks, and some toys, everything a family would need for a vacation. The manager had already looked up the previous reservation, and it was for a family. Dad, mum, 2 little kids. I tried to call the family's phone numbers that they had given us, but all I got was voicemail. We were all a bit stumped, so I made the call to the housekeeper and told her that she could come clean the room and take the family's personal items to be held until we got in contact with somebody. I went digging into the reservation a bit more. The family had arrived 5 days before housekeeping discovered all of their stuff. I found that the family had paid a parking fee and their vehicle description was listed, so I took a quick walk around the parking lots and I easily located their vehicle, so that ruled out a car accident or them deciding to just leave all their stuff behind. Next, I saw that they had bought a dining plan. This is where guests prepay for all their food. They're giving a certain number of credits to use for meals. This family had only used 3 credits and the last one was 2 days after they checked in. It appeared that that day they arrived, they got here late and probably just stayed on the resort. The next 2 days they used 2 credits at Epcot. Second park day, they used just 1 credit at Magic Kingdom, and it was at breakfast time. Now at Disney we have something called Magic Bands. Magic Bands are worn by guests and act as a room key, park key, credit card, dining reservation, payment, fast pass, everything like that. The day that they went into the Magic Kingdom, they had breakfast at a restaurant in the park, rode a couple of rides, and their last ride was around 11 a.m, then absolutely nothing. Called up a co-worker at Magic Kingdom and I asked him to pull up the security footage for It's a Small World during the time that they were riding it, and I made my way over there. When I got there, my friend was very confused, almost distraught looking. He showed me what he found. There's usually a camera in the direction of where the rides load and unload. The footage showed them scanning their bands to use fast passes for the ride and then boarding the ride. The footage from the exit of the ride just showed the other people in the car exiting. They weren't there. Of course, we thought the worst. Maybe one of the kids had fallen out and the mum and dad and the other kid got off in the middle of the ride to help them and they all got injured and killed or stuck in the machinery or something. So we shut the ride down. Middle of the damn day. Turned off that earworm music. Turned up the lights. Me and my buddy walked that ride 3 times before we called in for help. Eventually there was close to 10 cast members searching and we didn't find anything except for 3 cell phones and a hat. I kept digging for the next past couple of days and I'm not sure who to tell what I found to next. I've called the police and I suppose they're on their way, but the company has a way of covering things up like this and I can't live with myself if I don't put out some type of warning. I kept digging into their reservation over the last couple of days and today I noticed they had purchased Memory Maker. There are photographers all over the parks and cameras in a lot of the rides, and with Memory Maker the photos are all free. They're automatically added to the guest's Disney account when the system knows their picture has been taken, and the system always knows. Everyone's whereabouts are always known with the Magic Bands. Well, I opened up their Memory Maker photo album and I swear there's 732 pictures. The first 30 or so are pretty normal, Epcot, a few rides in front of the castle, but the rest are all in It's a Small World. The rides only take 1 picture per go around, so it appears as though this family has ridden this ride over 700 times. The first picture was pretty normal, everyone looked happy, it was a busy day and a full car of guests. The next one is rough to look at. The car is empty except for this little family and they look so darn confused. The next 10 to 15 I can see the dad getting angry, yelling. The mum is holding on to her 2 kids like her life depends on it, and you can see the kids getting increasingly upset, crying, and it goes on and on and on. After 50 or so, it looks like they're trying to get out. In one of the photos, the dad is missing. In another one, they're all gone. Maybe like they've bailed early in the ride and tried to walk out, but in the very next one, they're all right back in that damn car. After around 450 or so, I only see the mum and the kids. It's just when I look closely, I can see the dad. Maybe just his body now, slumped down in one of the seats. Since about 675, there's just mum and 1 kid, another body in another seat. The mum and kid aren't moving anymore. I think them 2 are still alive, just damn near catatonic, looking straight ahead, pale. And y'all, I swear on my life, the dolls are moving around or something. In some of these pictures, I can tell that they aren't where they should be. I even saw 1 doll in the car with the family. I can't look anymore, I'm going to lose my lunch. I closed the album. Its file size has increased since I closed it. God, are there new pictures being added? I see on the security cameras that the local PD has just arrived, so they'll take over soon. I wish I knew what the fuck was going on, but I also wish this damn thing had never landed in my lap. I don't think I'll be able to update this. After I talk to the police, I think I'm just going to walk out of here and never come back. I just wanted to get this out there before Disney feeds the media some bullshit cover-up as to why a whole family has disappeared. They didn't disappear. I know where they are.